Hello, Accounting 1. We are now in 7-2 Work Together. We are going to learn how to create a balance sheet. And um, this is going to be information that we've already done, that we've already collected for our worksheet. So it makes it a little easier for us. All right, so we're going to go to Work Together, 7-2. All right, and you see it has 5 steps for us to complete. First thing we're going to do is the title, the heading of the page. And the beginning of the page is always the name of the company itself. So in this case, All Pro Painters. All Pro Painters. And it says that they're ready to prepare the balance sheet. So the second line is always the name of the document, balance sheet. Now, with a balance sheet, it's different than some of the other documents. Balance sheet is actually for the actual day, the current day that this is showing you that the company balances. It's not for like the month ended or the period ended or anything like that. So for this, you actually have to put the day, and this says April 30th, and they want 2000 dash dash. And I got that from the instructions here. Okay. So I'm going to ask it to grade step 1, and it grades it, and it likes it. So we're going to go to step 2, balance sheet items. Now here it's asking, color in the dot for those things that are assets or liabilities or owner's equity, because these are the things that are going to be in the balance sheet. It is saying if it doesn't go in the balance sheet, put it in neither. And these are all the items that were in the worksheet. All right, so we know that assets are all those things that we own and have value. So that would be cash, petty cash, accounts receivable. These are promises that these people are going to pay us. So these, we own them and they have value. Supplies and prepaid insurance, we own them and they have value. Liabilities are those loans that we owe, that we have to pay. In this case, it's accounts payables. Accounts payables are short-term loans. Owner's equity is your capital account, the owner's capital account. Now, the rest of these are not going to fit in with the balance sheet, so we do neither for those. So it wants to know just what's going to be on the balance sheet. I thought I asked it to grade it. Okay, it graded it, and it says 2 out of 2 points. So now we go on to step 3, calculate the statement of owner's equity. And the example of this is in your book on page 200. On page 200 of your book, if you want to look at it there. But it just asks for these things. Okay, so we get this information off of the worksheet. So first it asks for the capital, how much money that Dwight has in capital. And here's our capital account, line 9, and it says $3,500. So we're going to put $3,500 in. Then it asks for net income. Net income is at the bottom of the statement of the worksheet. Here, line number 20 in this case, net income of $3,730. And then it says less the drawing account. So it wants us to subtract off the amount that's in the drawing account. Well, we're going to just scroll up to the drawing account. Here's the drawing account, and it says $1,200. So that means that the owner, Dwight, took $1,200 out of the money of the company, and maybe he used it for his own house payment or his own car payment. He used it for his personal life. Now, he can do that. It's not a illegal to do that. He just has to document it because he's the owner. He owns all of this. So it tells me net income less the drawing account. So I'm going to subtract these and put the difference here. So I have 3730 minus 1200. So I have $2,530. I'm going to do it a second time just to be sure that I'm right. That I didn't hit the wrong button on my calculator. Yep, got the same thing. All right, so now think of it, this is money that was already in his company, in Dwight's company. And then this is more money that's coming into the company after the end of the month because income was so good. So we're going to add these together to find out how much he's worth at the end of the month, how much his business is worth at the end of the month. And I got $6,030. Now, again, I'm going to do it a second time. Make sure I didn't hit any buttons wrong on the calculator. Got the same thing. 6030. 6,030. We're going to need this dollar amount. We're going to need this dollar amount on the balance sheet. So it'd be a good idea to write this down somewhere so that you have it, that you can plug it into the balance sheet itself. Now let's see if it grades what it tells us about the grades. Does it like our numbers? And it does. We got green checks. Okay. Got those green checks. Again, I got the 3,500 off of the worksheet. I got the net income and the drawing dollar amounts off the worksheet. I subtracted these and I found out that we had more profit. This is profit. That we had more profit, so that makes this a positive number. But I had to subtract these to find the difference. This is still positive profit, and this is what he already had in the business, so you add them together to find out what the business is worth at the end of the month. See, it says end of the month. All right, so these three numbers I got off the worksheet. I just needed my calculator to do these two. Okay, going to the next step. Now the balance sheet amounts. And we come down here and we see what the balance sheet looks like. And it is our assets equal our liabilities plus our owner's equity. Just like that's the accounting equation. Assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity, or ALO. A-L-E-O. O-E. Okay? So we go up here and we're going to find out how much we have to bring down. So cash is worth $47.50. Petty cash is $75. G. Mackerman owes us $8.25. R. Wu owes us $7.15. Supplies at the end of the month. Remember, it has to be at the end of the month. You can't take the $250. That was the trial balance. You can't take the $140. That's what they used up over the month. You have to take what's at the end of the month. $110. And then prepaid insurance, again, is what's at the end of the month, how much it's worth at the end of the month, $320. Now, I want you to realize, too, here it says the date. What's the balance sheet on this one date? And so that's, again, why we're taking it from the end of the month columns. Next part is our payables, and we owe Belmont Supply $275. $275. Enlargent Paints, we owe them $490. This is where you need that dollar amount from what we just figured out on the owner's equity, right? And it was $6,030. So all the assets and the liabilities I got straight off of the worksheet from the balance sheet columns. The capital amount I got from the owner's equity worksheet. But you could figure it out. You see that these both have to equal. You could add up all your debits, all your assets, subtract your credits, and you would also get the same dollar amount. Because both sides have to equal. Both sides have to balance. So you add up all your assets, subtract your liabilities, you would have the same amount. Both sides have to equal. Both sides have to equal. Grade step 4. And it liked our numbers. All green checks. So go to the next step, which is step 5, balance sheet totals. All right, so now we have to add each column. So I add up the assets, 4750 plus 75 plus 825 plus 715 plus 110 plus 320. I get 6795. We'll do it one more time to make sure I didn't hit the wrong button. Got the same thing the second time. Now, over here, I got to add the column down as well. I can't just throw in that dollar amount. I have to verify it. So here I come up with $67.95. I'm going to add it a second time, the same column, to make sure that my numbers, I didn't hit the wrong number on my calculator. So both of them balance, they equal, and that's why we call this the balance sheet. And the balance sheet, again, is the components that make up your accounting equation. Your assets plus equal your liabilities plus your owner's equity. So your assets added together have to equal what your liabilities and your owner's equity added together have to be, okay? They have to balance. They have to equal each other. Grade that final step. Got the green checks, got the points. All right. So if you don't understand, please go back and watch the video some more. Go on and try the work together again on your own, or do that on your own assignment. And you can practice these as many times as you want. I've set it up so that you practice as many as you want. All right. So until next time, stay well. We'll see you.